londe manu londe mi manu mama granama londe ma da londe ma londe ma da londe ma longo ye una muwe londe mi mo ngabade bobo londe ma ngabade bobo londe ma ngabade bobo ekuna ya longo ewa na ewa una miwe longo mie ekuna wewe londe mi mo ya londe ma ngabade bobo ana de bona oga ekina ana de bona oga ewa ana ewa londe manu na muye londe manu na muye londe manu ni wera boga ekina ye ne wera boga ekina ye tono egana longe ganyanga ana egana longo karenye dua longo bo anama dua longo bo ana ele ngabemwe ana ele ngabemwe ya kuna longo miwa ena wega londe miwa ya londe ma ngawade ibobo ya londe ma ngawade ibobo ana elo ngabemwe ewala ana ewa ewala ana ewa londe manu na muye ana elo elawa yena we longo miwa kunu na muwe londe mi moye ya dempa ngabade ibobo ana kwetumo ana adopanywe malongo na wasanyo sambela ngjuwa ba walongo engana kwale kamongo kabalu nebubo ewa ana ewa londe manu na muye ana ewa londe manu na muye Muadanga onganwa daona duale ngabemwe duale kuna ngoge nulerubo dawalie dulinyangela deka ngabebo age lodebo dawa kweda liba mongwalo kayele liba teo kayele liba wolongo dale nyarela digo mwebu nyango we da mongo pre nyanga duba diga monu kwe kedale ya malo wo bobale ye peraga ye bebo ya moyo ke ya mo babale mema malo ne bobale yenga ya mo pepe vale yenga Nwedanga delu molebo da denga ba denga ma yango dia de dia ke ya ba lungo we ya no wo vale yenga kwela ga ye de ko ewa londe manu na muye ana ewa londe manu na muye
Good evening, folks. Welcome, our fans Jose and Salt of the Liberia Public Radio and LPR TV, taking you to Greater Liberia this evening. Welcome to the show, and a lot is ongoing. So we want to welcome our viewers and listeners across the globe. The clock is eating. Welcome to the show, All Things Considered, right here on the Diaspora Informative News Outlet, Liberia Public Radio. We're transiting in the hands of Dr. George Toto and Amos George, making a stop over to Greater Liberia, Bon County, Hannah. Good morning to Edie Kingston, to analysis. Good morning to also my senior brother, to base in the West African state of the Republic of Liberia, Stephen Toba Estate. Mr. So himself, good evening. John Alexander Kuyage from North Carolina. Welcome, Mr. Morgan. Thank you so much for being here. To Mr. Cephas and all of you great people, Paul Joward. Welcome to the show. This is the Diaspora Informative News Outlet, Liberia Public Radio. I am Alfonso Zienso, and this is All Things Considered. Here comes DJ Come Power from San Diego, California, to the liberal state. Welcome to the show. We want to welcome our viewers and listeners across the globe. Thank you so much for sharing your event with us. The Peace Pipe in Liberia, artist has already joined into it. Let us just see her. Quite a long time I have not talked to her and not even to Amanda, to one of our sponsors. She's based in Greater Liberia, Banga ASAP. This is a very Dex peace song. Let's play this and I'll be right back. Let us just hear is in the building this evening from Greater Liberia, Banga, Bon County. Welcome, Madam Florence Grams. Welcome. Welcome to the show. Oh man. Protect you. David from Pennsylvania. Come on, guys. Welcome to on the official news outlet of the Liberia Public Radio. How we doing? Welcome. Welcome, Mr. Roberts.
Mama Liberia, my mother's in.
Welcome to the show, and this is the sound. This is the rhythm that introduces the program. I am Azian, so right here from the New England Bureau of the Liberia Public Radio. What a beautiful song there by Little Josiot is based in Greater Liberia. Do you remember what I used to call Greater Liberia? The days of Ikamak Vanguard, the homeland of LPR far right Amos George and Dr. George Toto. Josiot, as a gospel artist, she got a foundation. Quite a long, almost more than a year or two. She sings very well. Hey, Ben the Man, Jonathan, welcome in the house of LPR. This evening, all things considered, the clock is eating away. The presidential race, legislative elections, 73 seats at stake, fighting for the control of the House and the executive branch. George Manawia of the Congress for Democratic Change, CDC, and Alexander Benedict Cummings, politicians. I saw the guy in the ghetto. He was sinking. Nice quiet. After the election, they're gone. Where is the ambassador himself, the former vice president of the Republic of Liberia? Before the weekend, somebody must say we have come to a consensus. We will announce our campaign. Plenty of people coming inside our raid. Who will spoil it? We will spoil it. Since they are not off for business, we all want to be president. Who doesn't want to get within the proximity of the 8th floor or 4th floor? You know what, inside? By the time you get there, the phone numbers are going to be coming to you. Look, power is something. And this is why the whole world it is what it is. They will tell us, they will tell you, we're there for our people. No, you're not there for me. They're there for themselves and to make life better for themselves. And evidence is what we have been saying from time to time. People entrust them with power, and when they get them to desert those people, and it becomes only visible when the season comes. This is why it is so much crucial and vital that we have this conversation for the good of the country. Not to the detriment to hurt somebody, but for the good for the country, because we need to have this conversation. We need to provide the pathway in decision making. And so it becomes kind of convoluted. When you go to other network and hear people saying and just kind of do roller skating, not asking questions of substance for the good of the country, it's all because of political reasons. They know something is inside for them. When we hear the tone, the language of these people, we know exactly who they are, what they represent, and what they want for themselves. They are not advocating for you. If anybody is advocating for you, it will speak for itself. They need not to tell you that I'm doing this for you. When you see them talking, then I say, I'm doing it for myself, but I need your help. You need to give me some money. Advocates do not remind people, genuine, authentic advocate. They don't tell people, I'm doing this and I go to jail for you or do this. Come on, give me a break. Nelson Mandela never complained. He paid the price. He went into a maximum confinement. How many years? I imagine if it was a Liberian politician who was jailed for 20 some more years, they will quadruple their term to stay as president because they will want to pay that in return with political power. That did not happen. Advocates are prepared to pay the price. The great Martin Luther King, he said that in his speech, the Milk Address. He said, we will get there. But he wasn't sure whether he was going to get there. But he knew as someday, we never knew a country boy from Illinois, community organizer, imagined to have become president of this greater world on planet Earth. He forecast the future. That's what he was saying. How many of our politicians willing to forecast the figure? They don't even want to go to jail. They don't want to go to jail. You think you're just going to be a critical voice on national government, on national issues, and they will let you pass by? No, then that's not government. I am not saying government should be brutal, but I'm just telling you the fact that you must be prepared to pay the price. What kind of politician who doesn't want to go to jail? Oh, you want to be a white-collar politician. It doesn't work in our land. They got to be sincere with us. Here we are, maybe 125 days to go. The issues at hand confronting the country, where we should be discussing the policy, the agenda of these people, to where they stand, what they believe in, and how they intend to shift and change the lives of the Liberian people, are yet to be discussed. Some of them sleeping. They say whether they are in the moderate, they will become president. Come on. I hope I'm not getting myself into trouble here this evening. But this is how we do it here on this network. Sometimes we get under the skin of the people. Not getting under the skin, but we're telling them the reality. Welcome. This is LPR. We don't usually play our narrative into your political soundbite to entice you, to entertain you. Trust me, the entertainment in the country is just over the roof. And there's no need that we in the media industry are insults to injury. But we deeply admire your resilience, your commitment to this network. And as much sometimes we say it in a ridiculous way, like we have a guy here, the liberal progressive. He usually says CDC put their foot in their mouth, but in recent time, he's been putting his foot in his throat. But here we're standing to you, bear with us, and you are here for us to have this conversation. Today is Wednesday, and it's your informative news magazine, All Things Considered. This program is designed to give you the voice to speak to those things that we don't talk about here. And this is why we are here. I am your host, your presenter, Alfonso Zienso. Welcome to the show. All things considered, we're going to put a number here. Hopefully, the analysts they're going to be joining us. Joining me from Garden City is a stern supporter of His Excellency, the former Minister of Agriculture, former Managing Director, patrolling the oil land. I want to be LPRC Managing Director. Ambassador Joseph Newman Boyka, strong supporter, Koto Jalabalayan, is based in the Garden State of New Jersey. And she's also working with the Chris Crystal campaign. Wow. Last name. Let me bring in Madam Balayan here this evening while the rest of the folks will be coming here. There we go. Okay. Good evening, And welcome. How are you today? Oh, wow. Is Ambassador going to be appearing here too? You see, when you see it like that, when somebody happy like they're dancing, then something happened. Sit down there. We all come and get in the thing you're beyond the campaign where we ourselves come and declare our own intention to. So everybody, we all, I think we need about 500% to contest the presidency and we'll see who win it. Okay, Madam Balayans, good evening and welcome to the show.
Good evening, Mr. So. Good evening to the people of Liberia. I'm glad to be here. I'm so excited. This music, I love it so much. But gotta win. I knew want to take it.
So why you were complaining about George we are making music? It's because you're on a book can sing, right?
Because like Joe, we are himself making the music. You want to take the musician for the other business. That's that.
He's
He a
he's
president.
yes, he's talented,
He's
he's
supposed to lead the
versatile.
music for the musicians, but he talk business from other musicians. You know that. You
Yeah.
have one of yeah, you have one of our committee that said, Joe, we are just want to ask you. Everything you put in your head, you see this, you put your head, you see the other way, you put your head in
The
comedy.
man is skillful. I don't agree with that. He's skillful, he's talented, he's versatile. He can fit in any society. Maybe after being a presidency, if nothing,
Yeah, but it was
he could build a
fair
one
enough.
studio.
Now
He
you
could,
lead the
he
presidency
could
and go
build a
get
one.
musician.
Okay. All right. Good evening. Welcome to the show. Let's see here quickly here before you come in. As usual, let's spin around and bring us some of the news happening. Oh my God. At least 21 people killed in suspected terror attack in Burkina Faso, according to France 24. That country is UN co-found top Rwanda genocide suspect Kabukut unfit for trial. What made him unfit? You did all kinds of things to people and then turn around and say he unfit for trial? All right. Well, it is why it is. That's the justice system. Okay, Madam, good evening. Welcome to the show. This is All Things Considered. Let's keep the ball rolling until the rest of the analysts can join us here. What is the latest G's and fries out there? Let's start with your party first, Unity Party. Where is the ambassador? Am I starting trouble?
The ambassador is doing his business. The
Where?
ambassador is just doing his business. That's all he's doing.
Where?
Somewhere around.
In Liberia?
Well, I won't tell you right now, but he's somewhere around.
Why are you cheating these people? You're cheating in the ways from us, from ordinary Liberians who wants to have access, who wants to have a dialogue with them. Why are you guys protecting
Do you
these?
want to talk with him? Just let me know the day you want to talk with him. I'm making it available. That's all.
I've been crying this year. George Lobo did not hear
You
me.
are you
All
cry
the
for
others,
George Lobo. I
Anthony,
want George
Anthony
Lobo.
Ketterly. I don't want to talk. George Lobo is not seeking for anything. I can't take George
Okay,
Lobo.
yeah, when you want to talk with the ambassador, we
I
make
want
the.
to talk to the guy who wants to be the president of the Republic of
Okay,
Liberia.
then we
He is
create.
the one.
We're
Uh,
gonna create a fun time to make set an appointment with the ambassador to talk to him.
All right, I'm willing to go that extra mile. Kotojala Balayans, good evening, welcome. Okay, this is all things considered. So let's hear from you. Too much is happening at the same time. Is that a new song? That is that a
Well,
victory
Mr. So,
song
I
or
just want to say hi to the Liberian people, and it is true. So much is happening. And the trending issue right now is the Liberian people's money.
what happened with Lavempo money?
Right now, we have the Liberian people raw phone that has been consumed somehow or was stolen. Because if you collect money on behalf of a government and did not refund it or did not turn it over to the government, that's stealing. people try to term it somehow like investment, but in the common man sense, it's stealing, and that's what's happening right now in Liberia. The people money have been stolen, and it has not been given to them.
By
And this
whom?
is sorry.
By whom? You said the people money been stolen by whom?
We have Musa Belete is involved.
Oh,
We
oh.
have the FPRC is involved. And you know they are all intertwined. Once you talk about FPRC, you talk about Musa Belete, all of them just intertwined. And right now, as we can see, the FPR is now uh, closing Musa Belete's business down because of that. He has been involved in, as we, you know, I won't put Derek Close outside today.
You already get it. They say woman we say man can't talk, but the woman talking all. So
Sometimes
yeah,
they
okay.
can talk some. The other day you were not here, and somebody asked me why I am not on.
Somebody was asking you
Yes, you were here. Well, I was here with uh,
who the liberal?
a liberal, and somebody asked, Koto, why are you not on SKTV?
Oh, they asking you why you're not on
If
SKT?
people want to know it, will come tonight. I'll tell them the story. But I'm talking it right now.
Is that important? I mean, people today, well,
It
where
may
is
not be important to you, but I mean, that's our Liberian politics.
yeah, but I really don't. I can even leave from here today and go on. Say and for if I find out the liberal is not doing what he's supposed to do, when I find out you're doing some kind of thing, I
What
can.
is my business now?
Hmm?
Not your business. That somebody asked me.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think what it matters, let them worry about it. Let them have headaches. Let them take some, if they're tired, they take gossiping or some sort of,
It's
seem to.
not a gossip, but you see, sometimes the things that happen in Liberia, we try to most of the time cover it, and we don't know where it starts from. The very corruption we talk about it starts from in our very homes.
All
And the
right.
last time I talked about it, by the time I used to be on my individual show, I talked about it. Corruption start right from in our homes, and then it spread in the community, and
So,
it spread in the district.
one of the progressive, I don't know whether he's progressive, whether you're independent, whether you're unity
Now,
partisan,
Mr. Mari,
whether you're Uncle Neo, whether he's a
the
physician.
description,
Oh, he fits the category. That's what you're saying.
yeah, the description.
What a great educated guest. Well, let's see whether he's going to establish his identity. He's based in the Ocean State, just within my proximity. But he's in the tendency of
My
having
guess is right.
conversation. He's in the tendency of having conversation with a guy in California in the liberal land. That kind of creates some dicey, I sort of doubt about him, who he is, what he represents, and his political ideology. Let me bring in Jones Octavius Malice, senior analyst of the Liberal Public Radio and LPR TV. Let me take this thing from here. Let them see here. Maybe through that tonight, we'll get to know it.
Yeah, Mr. Cook
Mr.
was saying something, and
James Malice, welcome. Yes, I'm going to come back to you. I just let me just usher him in. Yeah, go ahead quickly, and then I'll bring in Jones.
yes, I was saying something, and I where we try to overlook certain things when they are the initial stage, and we try to like push it down or press it down, and at some point it get to the point where if it is in a cup, you compress it, and it no longer compresses in the cup. You see it blows off. This is the case with Musa Berete. Musa Berete issue is just not a strange one. Musa Berete's issue is not Ellen's regime. It's not uh, Josh Ria's regime. It has been from time to time, and as it goes on, it's been overlooked. And it's like when he graduates from one stage, he goes to another stage, and it comes to the point where he become like he let's for typical example, what it has done now to the Liberty Party.
So let me stop you one time because this is all things considered. Is that your priority this evening, Musa
That's my
Bello?
priority right now because it's the Liberians people money issue.
No, I'm just asking.
Yeah, that's my priority,
No,
and that's
priority number one.
if that's the only
Aaron
thing that's
will be
going on
opening the
today.
lines on in a few minutes. Just give us a little time, maybe right
Yes.
after 9 o'clock, we'll open the line. Okay, so let's settle in with that. I don't want this guy to be like a spectator. He's a participant. He's a reservoir of knowledge, except that we don't know his political identity yet to be established. He leaves us hanging like a guardian. Maybe when you see it's going like that, then they are having multiple conversation with multiple people, and they are waiting for the higher bidder. So, John Mallet, let me just bring you here. Good evening. Today is Wednesday. All things considered. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, sir. And how are you, Madam Dalia? How are you today, Unity Party?
I'm doing good. I am full of energy right now. I'm so
Oh, I
good.
can see. I can feel it in my. I can feel it in my bone marrow.
Wow. You want to get a loaf away this evening? Oh, wow.
No, we're not taking it the Lofa way because so many things have gone wrong with the Lofa representations and whole election.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh my God! I ain't even like to hear about that other senator, Senator
Uh,
Jala,
you said something.
my
What,
namesake, my
what
father
gone wrong with
namesake.
Well,
Oh
the thing
no!
that the thing that gone wrong with it is that Lofa County is negotiating the presidency for Nimba County.
Oh
You
God!
see, and that's terribly, terribly wrong. When we need the presidency ourselves, now you're going to pave the way for the presidency to bypass your junction and get to another middle road. That what already bother me right now with this whole election business.
So,
The
so,
election is not about Joseph Boakai. No.
so what do you mean by Lofa is negotiating for Nima County? What is the implication, or what is the true interpretation of your saying?
What the true interpretation here is that Nima have been craving to have a president coming from their region for a very, very long time. And this is an open secret. When even the Secretary General of the Do junta regime decided to overthrow this guy, all because they wanted to take the presidency to Nimba County. And unfortunately, the Crown Boys could not allow it to happen. Now it's been so many years now. Now they try to follow this poor little old man. Because when you see Joseph Boakai giving his speeches, you will conclude that actually he does not want to run. But people just forcing him into this thing here for their own political aggrandizement. And unfortunately, again, he brought in this young Nima son just for him to take this thing over. It had been bothering me since yesterday. Why is the ambassador behaving like this? The ambassador actually he doesn't want to become president, actually. But the people that are around him, the greedy politicians, they're the one pushing this puppy. I can tell from his body language.
How can you hold a responsible man like Waka?
So, hold on one second. Hold on one second. I'm getting a bit confused with this whole Liberian politics, the conversation I is going. We hear and say, Joy, we are not want to run, the people around here. Now we are getting another, just a biker now. So, what's about Ellis comment? Does he want to run? Or somebody pushing him to?
Before I answer the issue of Alice Kwame, let me just answer it before I get back to my point. I think Alice Kwame wants to run because political parties are established on two fundamental principles. either by conviction or by convenience. I want to believe strongly that the ANC is established on the basis of conviction. And the rest of the political party in Liberia, they are established on the basis of convenience. I rest my case.
Koto, let me bring you in. You heard what Mali is saying.
It is very unfortunate that Mali would say that. This is a man, a responsible man. He cognitively, I can say 100%. He's sound. He's highly educated. He's potent. Then you tell me people are forcing him.
Whew.
So who are the people? Me? I will force him to go to run.
Oh, I know who is doing that.
It could be me. Because
No.
the reason is I believe in him. And that's why for me, I will advocate for him becoming a president because I believe in him. I believe he has an integrity and I want to see that exhibited.
You, oh my God. Charlie, no, Charlie, Jaffe, I beg you. I don't want to do this on a live stream, please.
Oh my God. Oh
Okay,
my
let
God.
me bring the one of the person that is forcing in Maliwa. Oh man, the Liberal Progressive is done in
Oh
this
my
for
God.
Okay. Oh,
It's very unfortunate.
I never see anything hilarious like this. What is Charlie did? Oh,
I
And
know
right now you bring Mari and Omar Baka. Omar Baka is energetic than Mari.
oh.
I'm telling you, see Baka face to face, one on one. He's energetic.
So, it's a secession towards Ambassador Biker. Is it unfair? It's been biased? It's just another type of bullying? Is that what you're saying?
I think that's what he tries to do, but it doesn't work. For someone who know who he is, what he is capable of doing.
Okay. All right. Let's bring in one of
There's a man who you even ask Baka, if where you will know somebody is cognitively impaired, they can't remember days, they can't count easily. But there's a man I will tell you today is this date and few days from now, the year is left how many days, or to election we have how many days. It takes somebody who is very sound enough to give you those numbers. And that's how we even evaluate our patients to know their ability. And many of them can't easily pass that test. And there's a man who stands right in front of you with our paper and tells you what it is, what the day is, and the number of days still stands. So I find it
I don't
comical.
want to sound ridiculous here. Has he been evaluated?
If he has been evaluated.
Yeah, because I don't know why you brought in patient. Is he a patient?
I'm saying because I've come from a nursing background, I'm telling you that's how we evaluate our patients.
Okay.
Yeah, to know their ability. There are questions that we ask, and it is difficult with they have impairment. There are questions that you pose to them, they can't easily answer.
Okay.
But then he stays there, he will even tell you from start to end. And if he had conversation like years before, he would tell you. And even if he met you days, 2-3 days before, he would tell you the discussion that you people had without even babbling.
All right, hold on right there. The conversation is about to get interesting. Day in the West African state of Republic of Liberia in October, 125 days to go. The conversation has been scrambled right here on the Diaspora Informative News outlet. The Liberal Progressives support the candidacy of Ambassador Joseph Newman Boyka, and he's based in California, making it fair and proportionate. Amos George from the far left, based in Atlanta, Georgia, is a strong supporter of Alexander Benedict Cummings. We yet to establish the political
And they
identity
forcing Papa here again tonight. Oh
of
God.
John
Oh
Malice. But notwithstanding, we will have a discussion. Guys, lady, welcome to the show. Seems to be an equilibrium level now. Now we can have the conversation. Liberal, let me just bring you in. You call Mali, your friend, the guy who he doesn't call me nowadays. You are the best person he always talk to now. You in California. I don't know what he's being indoctrinated or whatever the conversation, but he's saying this old man does not want to run, but people are forcing him. So, and somebody came and fire back at him. How can an old man tell another old man that is not supposed to run? But on a serious note here, let's go into your portfolio, all things considered. What is out there to grab up? What's your concern this evening?
Thank you, Mr. So. Good evening, Doc. Good evening, Manakatu, Mr. George. Good afternoon. Good evening to you as well.
How are you, sir?
Mr. So, while we sit on these platforms and try to inject some of our own intuition, some of our own opinions, and what have you in these conversations, one thing I can sure say here tonight, that comes the end of October, Ambassador Bakar will be the only man standing. Why these people are going around? First, they started with pacemaker, it's not working. They started with sleeping, it's not working.
Well, what?
That's the name they got for Uncle Joe. They started with all kinds of all kinds of derogatory statement about the incoming president is not working. All we can say to them is let them talk. Let them do the talking. Ambassador Bakar, on the other hand, he's not sleeping. He's organizing. He's working day in, day out, trying to see exactly what he would do within the first 100 days. He's meeting with people. He's meeting with young people.
Where?
Organizing, expressing things that he wants people to achieve when you join him. And he's not playing around. Mr. So, I heard the good dog, but that's his opinion. He's entitled to it. What he's not entitled to is his own facts. On this platform, we don't have alternative facts. A fact is the fact. Simple. So I'm not going to fault the good young man for now having to miss the Lofa Tabagi so much that he's going to try to degrade the man who is the real Lofa Tabagi because these Tabagi mixed with all kind of Yaman from the Rhode Island area is making this man missing home. And he's hoping that Nima County will not black. His Nima County is not in your way, my brother. The real Tabagi Lofa County is there waiting for you. Ambassador Bakar associate himself with people from Nima County who are also Liberian, by the way. They are entitled. They are entitled to the presidency as well. If anyone from Nima County wants to be president and run an effective campaign, the Liberian Constitution allows that. Now, for you to suggest that the brothers and sisters from the Nima County are somehow trying to come to this position through the back door, it is unfortunate, to be honest with you. And here, as a liberal, I'm not going to quarrel with you because your mindset as the way of saying either no baka, nothing, all the non-sum gain, whatever the English people call it, it's not going to work with us. I'm sorry if you feel that are coming to Ambassador Baka because they want the presidency. I'm sorry about that. The fact here is that Nimbadians are educated. Nimbadians are people who respect the rule and law. Nimbadians know the rules. They are coming to this position. The young man was picked from Nima County as vice presidential candidate. He's not coming in as as president. So Ambassador Baka is doing everything to stabilize the ship. Lastly, Mr. So, and let me just say this: I grew up in Nima County, in Bapa specifically.
Oh, Lord.
So I do have some serious connection, Mr. So. If you, in case, God forbid, that the ambassador is unable to continue with the presidency, which he will be president within the next, I don't know, he's going to be the next president anyway. So instead of us to sit here and talk about how bad CDC is performing, we're going to say now that the Nima people trying to take their position through the back door, unacceptable. Nibadians are smart. Nibadians are good people. And if the time comes, if God said that's what it's going to be, so be it. He's not robbing you, the Lofa people of Nima people are not taking away your tabaki. So the tabaki is there. Thank you.
Okay. Amos George, thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, good evening and welcome.
Hi, Mr. So, Mr. To, Male, and Madam Cotto, how you doing? Before I say anything, did I hear something so that Nima people are entitled to the presidency? Entitlement? Is that what you said?
I said they are entitled to run. They are entitled to seek the presidency through electoral means.
Okay. Now I just want to
Mr. Central Right, that's the liberal. You can't.
I'm just asking you.
You can't catch me with these kinds of
yeah, but that's why you said that. I know
Donald Trump type question. It's not going to happen with a liberal.
They take but that's not an issue. I just want clarification.
Okay. You got it well clarified. So let's go into your playbook. Today is Wednesday. All things considered. You heard Mali slam ANC. The liberal just sort of brush away because he saw you surfacing, so he didn't go that much. But if you were to give him more chance, I think you're gonna see how you are gonna go quarter.
I'm not. The night is just starting, Mr. So. Please don't undercut my ability to actually put ANC in this place tonight. In fact, I might just say ANC now is the one that they're getting ready to put their foot in their mouth, Mr. So. Don't undercut my ability to express myself freely, please.
Amos Joyce, let me bring you in.
Yeah, look, I don't know. Mr. To supported the Unity Party, which is right. But he can't tell to focus on CDC when they are bashing us. Send the one to put it there because I will watch it also. He got people who go on other stations that have become the mouthpiece of the Unity Party bashing my candidate, our candidate. And he expected to sit in silence? No. Because here's the thing here. The United Party now is using Mr. Falcon and Spoon to come after the ANC. But I want to tell something to Ms. Kotoboyan. Because they say when you serve on a board of any institution, that means you are corrupt. You are robbed the Liberian people. But I got a question for them. Joseph Boakai served as a consultant to the Ministry of Agriculture on Door Green Revolution. Was he corrupt? Was that program prosperous? Did they pay dividend to the Liberian people? Because you're alleging Mr. Cummings served on Chevron board, and Chevron defrauded Liberians, but no document to show Chevron is still operating. Louis Bayer said he served on the board. Oh, they duped Liberians, but they can't show any record that the bank did any wrong transaction. They're spreading this message out there.
But I just want to name. So the question I'm asking these folks, these people from the United Party, if you say or you work on in any institution, it means that you corrupt. We should blame you being corrupt, even though there's no document to prove. If that is the yardstick they mention now to go after other people, then I just put this question to them. The list is here. Joseph Boakai, LORC, the Finance and Trust Company Bank. Where is it today? In Liberia. Do you know anything like that? Mr. So, do you remember Finance and Trust Company Bank? It went on a water in Liberia. Joseph Boakai was on the board. She once said Joseph Boakai was corrupt or is corrupt. LORC, the YMCA. He is ambassador to the YMCA. The Federal Liberian Youth, he's on our board. All the institutions he's serving on himself on. Should I come to say he's corrupt when there's no record from me that I can prove? But they go on to make this pronouncement, oh, this person is corrupt because he worked for this institution. Oh, this person is corrupt because he worked for this. They talk about 66, I don't know, 63 or 66 deed that were ratified. Concession. Jeremiah Cohn, co-chairman of Ways and Means and Finance, he signed on the document. Yeah. He signed on all those concessions. The most recent one was the Iboma deed. He signed on it. That was a legitimate document for Liberia. Jeremiah Cohn, he signed on those documents. They don't see that, but they come after other people. So the question is tonight, are those people corrupt? And the Iboma deal, we all know what happened to it. It was a fiasco deal. We made noise, it backfired. Jeremiah Cohn, he's a signature to that document. Ways and Means Finance. But let me I just want to throw that out there. Yeah, what I'm concerned with is what Mr. Comey is speaking about. How to change the government of Liberia or doing business. And today he spelled all some of those things. He said, look, the Ministry of Information, I will take it from there. It's under culture and tourism. He said, I will add the entrepreneurship to the Youth and Sport Ministry. He said, my first 90 days, we're going to make sure we provide loans for our market people, Liberians. He talked about reinforcing the Liberianization policy that makes sure that Liberians do the business that they can do. He said, we are not against foreign investors, but those who live in or who in our country, they should be going up. That is to build factories and things, not in only the shops and things. Those are the policies that we are talking about, the bread and butter issue of the Liberian people. For the United Party, for some people, they say the election is already won. So they don't care to talk to the people. As I was speaking, Mr. Comey is going up to the Far East. That is why we're engaging the people to know the problem that they face and so we can find a solution to it. Something to them got the election locked up, but they will get a shock of their life. Watch it.
All right. Hold your peace when Cotto or something, the Liberal been very, very much kind of holding up this event. But I would try as much as possible to stabilize this conversation. The guy who introduces the red meat into this whole thing here is Mally Jones. Let me stop him. Let me bring in Mally Jones here first, and then I will have the Liberals and Cotto respond. Mally, I'm getting to be concerned. What we see happening is not just only on different network, very LPR as well. The political heights or tensions or whatever. I mean, and I know everybody trying to secure their position into this whole process here. United Party and that of ANC. I'm not sure at the end of this whole thing in the grand finale, if one of the two qualifies to go, but they will say, okay, at the end of the day, we'll settle down. But this is getting ugly and ugly. Who does it favor if it's narrowed down to one event and perhaps maybe the ruling establishment? Will there be some sort of political reconciliation where we want to see people going to rally, opposition going to rally around oppositions? Is that a case we're seeing happening from what we're seeing happening so far?
Well, I think that would depend the audience who will look at this from a different perspective. But what I see here is that 10 new political 10 new political parties were just approved by NEC last week, adding to the existing 27 political parties. So I'm beginning to wonder now, are the political party rather having a patriotic spirit for developing Liberia? Or are we organizing this political party on the basis of convenience to find our way out there for new recognition and get some money? Or are we organizing the political party on the basis of conviction that indeed it's about time we remain patriotic and develop this country in a different direction? Those are questions that continue to linger my mind. However, back to your question, I am now beginning to judge some of the authenticity of these party based on their utterances that constitute their platform, starting with Joseph Boakai of the Unity Party. Joseph Boakai said within his first 100 days, there will be found to market road all over Liberia.
Why are you? Come
Practically.
All right, let's see. Let him make a point, and you guys, you can react.
Moderator, I need protection.
Unfortunately, I don't have Sheriff here to to escort people outside,
Yes.
but we'll
So,
try to do as much we can to. Yeah, go ahead.
So practically speaking, I can look into the face of His Excellency Ambassador Boakai to tell him that that is practically impossible. And I consider to be a political fallacy. Secondly, ANC has just been giving a tidbit about its platform to be. And they said when they get to power, I think the ANC representative just elaborated a little bit on that. They will give loan to people, this and that. My disappointment here is that we're talking about taking Liberia in a different direction. I'm not even hearing any of the candidates telling us in our first 100 days, we are going to audit this government and see what is left in the coffer.
Mr. Commissioner today.
And you're
Hold
talking
on
about giving,
one second, George.
and you're talking about giving loan. Loan is based on what you're going to see left behind. Loan is based on so many assessments. So I see it as ANC trying to entice the population. I also see that as one of the political fallacies as well.
Okay. Let me bring in the folks. The Liberal Cartel, who wants to go first? We're not hearing you.
I'll take that first. And let me just say, first thing first. Thank you, guys. And it's a wonderful conversation here. But I just want to address one thing first. Found to market role in 100 days. When that statement was made, the people came back and did some clarification on that. So I think that we passed that. That was almost 2-3 months ago. But that's fine. We give it to you. That's fine. We give it to you. But here's what I want to say. ANC.
Not to hurt you. He did not say farm to market road. He said car will not get stuck in the mud in the first 100 days. So again, I just want to make
guys,
whatever it is, we give it to him. But let me address Mr. George. You know, this is very, very sad, Mr. George, in that you will come in this public forum, and none of us here are speaking for a specific political party. I believe none of us were giving the mandate to speak on behalf. We're speaking truly based on our admiration of that political party and who we believe and support. I'm not here speaking as a Unity Party representative or whatever. I'm speaking. I don't know these people. They don't know me. I just admire them. And I believe Mr. George perhaps is a little bit different, but I will not hesitate to say that perhaps he was never giving the mandate to speak on behalf of ANC. So whatever that I'm going to reply to Mr. George is not necessarily that of ANC doing. However, Mr. George made an interesting statement here at the very end, of his tabata, I will call it here tonight. He went on to say that his political leader is on the Far East. I'm not too sure if we do have Far East in Liberia, but that's a different subject. That's a different subject matter. In that he is now going to find out what the Liberian people need. 4 months, Mr. George.
You got it wrong.
Hold on 1 second.
You cannot do this. Mr. I'm not even going to call you moderator because you're not going to moderate much longer, because as sooner or later you're going to start taking side with the far right here. So I don't want to even call you moderator right now. I'll just call you know who. But anyhow, let me finish my point. So, Mr. George, if you're just recognizing that you need to do a groundwork to find out what the Liberian people need 4 months before election, that is unacceptable. One last thing I want to make here. This election is not about chicken soup. You're not going to go and bribe people with chicken soup and things, say you're going to win the election. We're past that stage. Liberian people are not stupid anymore. You can't come here in the last minute and say, we're going to give loan. Before you give loan, first of all, do you know how many dollars we are going to leave in the account before you can start giving people loan, unless you're going to use your own money, which I don't believe you will do. So to come out now to say, we're going to get your loan. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to start buying plastic bags to put in there and give it to the people. Mr. Central Right, this is something that perhaps you guys need to think twice. Why would you want to say you're going to give people a loan? You don't even know what the monetary policy you're going to make in place. And even if you're going to bring your own, which I hope you will, it will not take 100 days for it to get hold of the people. Do you know how many dollars, as I stated, that are going to be left in the coffer for you to give loan? You don't know these things. But yet still, you want to think and you want us to believe that you are now doing this like a chicken soup business in Liberia. We'll buy you chicken soup and buy you a cup of rice. Vote for us. Mr. Joshua passed that stage long time ago. Liberians are sophisticated and Liberian will not accept it. One last thing, Mr. So, interestingly, Mr. Cumming, whom I believe among all of the political leaders in this race is the most capable leader that according to me. He has the ability to lead effectively. But because of the kinds of people he has around him, surrounding him, getting to think that he was not supposed to put himself into, I rob him of this opportunity to lead Liberia. He's not going to win this election. He knows that. And even if he prepares himself for 2029, the mother of all rescue mission will be ready at that time. So I'm just saying to you, this is a very sad day for.
Who are you making reference to? I'm just curious.
And therefore, I will say to you finally that this election is not about cup of rice. It's not about chicken soup. It's not about bank loan, or it's about boni. Thank you.
Okay, and I like the conversation the way you go in a civil context, giving everybody the opportunity to spread it out, because we have our viewers, we have our listeners. They are also part of this conversation, despite of them not being seen visually here. So let me come to Valiant. You heard deliberate and see you like celebrating with Int. Let's hear it. What's your reaction to judge's concern.
Thank you very much, Mr. So. It is very unfortunate that Mr. Made will be an analyst and an intellectual, that he has not had the opportunity to listen to the the platform of the Honorable Boakai. Honorable Boakai stated vividly that in the first 100 days, no car will get stuck in the mud. And he was asked, by what means is that going to be implemented? He said, during I think the door or what region, that I can't remember vividly, he said they had maintenance engineers that were assigned in various counties.
Yeah,
And he's going to reintroduce that those roads that always, those areas that always have problems during the rainy season time will be maintained in the first 100 days. So it's very unfortunate, Mr. Mali. Try to listen. That's why if I don't know anything about anything, about what candidates say, I don't, criticize them or come out and say something that they didn't say. And to add on, you talk about audit. He said that would be the first thing he would do. Audit the coming, the going president or the outgoing administration. In that, then he will know what is on ground and how he start his governance. Those were all stated by Ambassador Baka. And he said even in his first 6 months, he will not allow ministers, to leave the country. Reason is, so people were asking, are you going to encamp them or entrap them? He said not to encamp them or entrap them, but is for them to be acquainted with their very functioning and be able to develop projects or how to operate their ministry. You can't come in today, somebody you appointed as minister, you know the in and out of a ministry or what is needed, what the difficulty or the challenges they are faced with. You have to be able to go to the various, counties under which you're functioning to be able to know the challenges they have in order to be able to go and ask people for assistance again. And I think so, Mr. Mari, I think that where the problem is. You don't know some of these things. But for me, I still think that, we would, for me, I'm available. You need some of these questions, this answer, just ask me, I will give you the answer. Then to just come and just throw it. The message you will face farm to market road. There was nothing mentioned about farm to market road. No.
Okay.
So thank you.
As we all right, as you guys know, all things considered is also meant to accommodate our viewers, our listeners. I'm going to be putting the
And
number
can
out
I
here, but
go also with I brought up my concern, and you said a little we're going to discuss it
concern of what?
about the Liberia people money that have been embezzled by some of the business people in Liberia.
Well, I think it's part of the conversation. Okay, yeah, we can. I mean, we can spin around that, but I'm going to be putting the number out now too for them to call. But I know Mali's name will call in this whole thing here
I
in
don't
the
respond
interest of
to.
in the interest of fairness. But I have a question here for because you guys are getting to get some of us confused. I heard the Liberal making a valid point, and I listened to the Mr. Cummings gathering. I believe it was when he was speaking with the disadvantaged or war victims. I will call them politicians at the expense of politicians. This guy been bossing the number. Okay, Aaron, hold on right there, yeah. To go there and telling people that they're going to give people a loan. I'm not sure what strategy is that. What
Hold
sort
on
of
a
winning
minute, so I
strategy?
will respond that way. I made
I'm,
that statement. So I will
I'm not
respond
talking
to
about
the
you. I
question.
listened to the video. I'm not continuing your statement. I'm saying when they were talking, I got that video. And on the other hand, Ambassador Boyka to also start telling us that no car gonna get stopped when he become president it's like probably the person who have said that could just say comments, who was not tested in the interest of fairness, but you work in the close proximity of the president for 12 years. And these rules remain as horrible as terrible. I don't think that's the message you want to drive for your campaign, because then what has been your role with the president? But we're going to have that conversation. But as you know, we can accommodate our callers. Let me bring in Aaron here, and then I'll come back to you guys. Aaron, go ahead.
Yeah, how you guys doing this week?
Fine. Go ahead. Make your point.
Oh, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we're hearing you. Go ahead.
Yeah. I just wanted to make a comment real quick. You know, in as much as I don't support the ANC, but I would have to agree with Pat George on this thing. You see, the Unity Party people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, go ahead.
When a political leader comes out and make a comment, the Unity Party people want to run away and twist it. But when it comes to them, then because the statement was taken back by the surrogate, the statement was done by this and something. Joseph Boakai for 12 years. Okay, 12 years by to his house. He has to take President Weah to do that. But now you're gonna see to it that no road gonna be modeling in your first 100 days. No. I mean, that's what my good friend Captain always says. You think we got political amnesia? We don't know who Joseph Boakai is. And that's the thing that Unity Party people trying to tell to us. That's the thing they're trying to tell to us. This is somebody who's been starting in politics for over 30 or so plus years. When someone else was kids, while our fathers were working for government. What did he do? What is his footprint to tell people that, yeah, this man can rescue this or he can do this?
Okay, in 30 seconds, we have other folks on the line.
Yeah, so they didn't want to come and say, Boakai would do this and Boakai would do that. So they don't worry about Mr. Cummings. I don't support Mr. Cummings, but they shouldn't worry about Mr. Cummings' platform, okay? Because that's the same thing they're doing and stuff like that. And it's clear that the Liberian people know who's really serious about the country.
Who is serious about it?
President George Manuel Weah.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, guys, I'm going to be coming. Let's go to Minneapolis, Minnesota. This number 612, number 3168. Good evening, caller.
Good evening, Mr. Soul. How are you, sir?
Good.
Yeah. So you see, most of the physicians, they just play blind art, and that is what is very laughable. You're discussing what Joseph Boakai did. What did George Weah do? What did he do when the millions of dollars? What did he do for Liberia when he was a football player? What did he do? Joseph Boakai is not president. He is the president of the country. And under him, Liberia have lost a lot in just 5 years. So think about it. Giving you 12 years, what will happen? The country will be destroyed. And what I want to go in the argument of this whole thing, the hypocritical side of the ANC people that I can't stand, because they will be in America and vote for Joe Biden, who is the president for over 300 million people, that is dealing with foreign politics and all of that, difficult issues. As old as he is, a man older than Joe Boakai 2 years. I think they vote for him next year, but they will tell you that Joseph Boakai, who is going to be president for 5 million people in an underdeveloped country, that Joseph Boakai is old. That is a complete contradiction. So that particular old age thing does not hold in this argument. Okay. JMB is the most experienced man in the race. He understands the issue. Joe Biden was vice president to Obama.
Thank you so much. The line is crowded here, Terry. Yeah. Thank you so much. Let me hold you there. If anything, you can call back. Guys, let's keep it on 45 seconds. Be succinct to your point. So I'll go back to the analyst. Let's go to 612, number 330 now, caller. Good evening.
Yeah, Mr. So, how you doing, sir?
Good to have you here.
Yeah, this is Prince Williams. I'm calling from Tennessee, the volunteer state.
Volunteers say, what are you about to volunteer this evening?
Just a piece of my little bit of, ounce of knowledge about the hypocrisy that is in Liberia. That's all.
Okay, let's hear from you. Let's hear you.
First, Mr. So, I, all due respect, I don't take much for all these political pundits that are on the show and all the political jobs and points they give at times. But I expect you as a seasoned journalist to also give us a fair and balanced information. First, Mr. Cummings will ask questions about different issues. He will ask questions about job creation. He said that he will do it through the agriculture sector because many of our young people are very low skill. So through the agriculture programs, you can have most of them to be trained quickly and be put to work. And then when you ask about the Liberian business and business people, he said that he will provide loan for them because he engaged with them. He talks with them on the ground. Most of the concern are they are not getting the loan that they will get. They're not competing. The other business people, only business and foreign business people are out competing them. So when it comes to loan, the business will go there, loan will go get big loan. But Liberian business will not be getting the C loan. They'll be told to bring the whole grandma, grandpa, everything before they get a loan. So he said you level that playing field and provide a loan for them, which I think is good. But then let's talk about Joseph Barker. You want to say Joseph Barker with Joe Biden? If you want to do that comparison, just do me a favor. Go take Joseph Barker from rehab, put him on a bicycle, let him go riding down the street in rehab, and then we'll know if you can compare him with Joe Biden. And secondly, you're talking about rule. Joseph Barker was president for 2 years, rehab rule, the road you go on a horse rule. You know who fixed it for him? That John Weir. Then he's talking about the other road that ain't back with the other bit that when you face it. Oh, rehab road, we couldn't face it. So look, let's be honest ourselves. We got options here. For the first time in Liberian history, we have series of good options. I know we had other options before, but we got series of good options. And then in the good option, we got even a better option. What are the good options? We got Harry Modiba's son, Clarence Modiba. We got Teron Gongo. Then the best option we got Alexander Cummings. What makes him the best option? Because he has gone around articulating his goals and his vision and the agenda for Liberia for the past 8 years. I mean, where is Joseph Barker today? You can't hear from him. Joseph Barker can't get in a susu. He is saying that rehab, that's all when he can't say he can eat.
Okay, Prince.
Why is he? Why is he can't come on Liberian Public Radio here and not interview him, not talk to him? But you got your sister here talking about, Joseph Barker would do this, Joseph Barker would do that. Look, let's not fool ourselves. Liberia needs to come to the 21st century. And we are not going back to the 17th century riding train. Right now, we're not dealing with train right now. We're dealing with flights. We're dealing going in space. And you're talking about riding train, we are getting on the train. Train is a one-way thing. Backward, forward on the track. They can't turn left, they can't turn right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. 763 number 2403. Caller, what's your name and where you calling from?
Yeah, my name is Abel Warren. I'm calling from Minnesota.
Good evening. Welcome to the show.
Thanks, Mr. Surado.
Don't call me. I'm not a laborer. Don't call me Toe, please.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Just pull your leg. Go ahead, buddy.
I know that. To clarify, Mr. Cummings has been one of the hardworking politicians. And Mr. Sue said, Mr. Cummings went, it's just 4 months to the election before he tried to go to the southeast. He normally, when they get called over, will car filing. He was going to southeast. He went there. Today is not the first time. Mr. Cummings will always travel. So let us not play politics. Joseph Barker has ever traveled apart from the local election? No. So let us get information right and tell our people the fact, because your platform is credible. Mr. Cummings is hardworking for a candidate. He will make a case. He's not saying that he's going to sit for the voter of the country. No, he will ask the voter to vote for him because of the plan and vision for the country.
Thank you so much.
Mr. Cummings is the best choice for Liberia.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well, also on this network is not a view of the management and staff of the Liberia Public Radio, not of the analysts, but we allow people to express their views and opinion. Thank you so much. Guys are going to be coming. This is All Things Considered. Let's hear from our viewers, our callers this evening. 267 number 8442. Caller, good evening.
Yeah, how you doing? On the radio?
Good to have you. What's your name and where are you joining us
my
from?
name is Morris. Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, my name is Morris Kamara. I'm calling from PA.
Okay,
I just want to make one or two inputs regarding Mr. Kumi.
Go ahead quickly.
I think the ANC folks, they are getting everything twisted because the problem is that Kumi has been in Liberia for the past 7 years now, but I mean, its impact is minimum. Even today, you make any poll, you take any sample of Liberian voters today, they will tell you that Joseph Boakai they won. And the problem Kumi is facing is because he doesn't know who to be with. He has people that have tinted character, the like of Musa Bereti, with him walking around up and down, is causing him problems. He can't come to us, the Liberians, and say he's a clean man when he's walking with a dirty man. So they can tell you in Liberia, say, show me your friend and I will tell you who you are. So if you see Mr. Kumi, you see Mr. Bereti, you know you're not clean. Right there. Because every corruption scandal in Liberia, Musa Bereti's name is there. Mr. Kumi is the only man he sees to be his best friend. That taking, in fact, he's riding the man around the Moravian city. So you tell me. So yes, they really need to recalculate and recalibrate their political strategy in dealing with the situation in Liberia. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Carlot. Okay, 267 number. No, okay, 214 number 5215. Are you there, caller?
Yeah, I'm here, Mr. So. How you doing?
Good to have you here. Is that Ambrose?
This client is calling from Chicago, Illinois.
Oh, okay. Welcome. Let's hear from Illinois.
One thing I want to say here, I want to look at the hypocrisy of the ANC people.
Oh.
They always, each time they play on the platform, they always talk about Joseph Boakai being the vice president for 20 years. Togo was a vice president like that for 19 years under Tony. And nobody got to know the work of Togo until he took over. So if you are coming out to say they were vice president for 20 years, did nothing for the country, what do you expect for the vice president to do? The vice president went according to the will and the job description given by the president. So if Joseph Boakai were in the government for 12 years, he is skilled because he knows all the sticks, he knows the loophole. You know what went on wrong, you know what went on good. So they should start saying that Joseph Boakai went in the government for 20 years. Someone was there for 19 years. But after when Togo took over, before Nigerian people get to know the true color of Togo, and Togo was the best president in Nigeria. So coming out to say Mr. Kumi is the best person, this and that, to me, the people that are not born yet that we are seeing the Abba Bibi, the main chairman of the party, Musa Bereti, he is one of the crook. Everything about corruption in Nigeria, Musa Bereti can number one. So that day you want to use to bring in the power. Musa Bereti now he's in the opposition as a chairman of the party. He is there with the government and the state and destroying the country resources through the development and the tax evasion. And Mr. Kopi has not spoken about it. So he's sending out that will bring all these costs over again when they come loot the country. Thank you, Mr. So.
Thank you so much. Okay. Benson, are you there?
Yeah, Daniel, Mr. So.
Okay, welcome. Go ahead quickly. Last person, then I'll go back to
thank
the
you for the platform. Thank you for the question yesterday. I just kind of want to ask a couple of questions. These are two questions. First question. Everybody goes by the Constitution and says the Vice President office is does only things described to them or ascribed to them by the President. Granted. But there are certain things that are in the Vice President portfolio. Like, for example, the group of 70-30. It's under the Vice President perpetually. It's not described to him. It was assigned to him by the President. So he got that perpetually to take care of. Twin, Mr. Boakai, His Excellency Ambassador Boakai, was 12 years Vice President. Twin, those who support Joseph Boakai,
Can you show us a sustaining program for the group of 77 for the 12 years that they were under Joseph Boyka? That's the first question. The second question is, we talk about people involved in corruption, and I found on that. I agree with people 100%. If Musa Belete is guilty of anything, should we not let the court take its route, and then whatever the court say, then we move on from there? He is running for a position in representative position in Nimba. So if he will be banned at the end of the court proceeding, let the court take it. LRA brought a complaint, brought charges against him. LRA needs to take him to court. Let the court bring him down as guilty or not guilty, and then we move on from there. But let us start playing a political game. Let's start playing a political game where one thing comes and everybody holding and boom, then we start playing and go for something. And I keep saying it. ANC will quickly support Joseph Boyka. If Joseph Boyka goes to second round against Georgia, then United Party will ever support ANC. If ANC goes for second round with Georgia, United Party will go behind Georgia.
Thank you.
That's my last one. Thank you, Mr. So.
Thank you so much. What the man? What are you confusing me here for? All things considered, it's Aaron right here on LPR. That's what sets us apart from other network. We allow people to speak their views, the amount. We don't shove things down the throat of people. These Liberians have the right to express their free speech, whatever you think it is. However, comments, tweets, opinions expressed here is not the views of the management and staff of the Liberia Public Radio. Guys, you listen to a lot here. And everybody trying to solidify their political grave for whoever they support, which is a great thing here. So let's have a conversation now. The Liberal Progressive.
Although I had to make clarification, Mr. Moderator.
Okay, yeah, let's see. There's an injunction being filed right now before,
Yeah.
Let's hear you. What's the clarification?
Yeah, I just want to inform panelists, Koto, that we are all very active in following the political landscape in Liberia. I want to refer her to January 30th, 2023, Arise Nigeria Morning Show, where Ambassador Boyka was quiz for almost half an hour, and he had a lot to deliver there. That one reference. The second reference, I also try to refer her to the Spoon TV radio station, February 28, 2023. He released a whole volume of information down there. So I still stand by the issue. The issue on ground here is, I don't doubt any political aspirant in Liberia that they cannot become president. The issue I'm challenging here is that gone are the days when these people come and romanticize politics and just cause us to run like we don't have hair anymore. This is the time now in our era since the war for us to scrutinize this statement the first 100 days. There are some things that cannot happen first 100 days. Roads are long-term projects. It can never happen the first 100 days. So Joseph Boyka, that is a political fallacy. He said the farm to market road. I heard it. I know the reference. I know the station. He said it. He said many things. I did not even hear the issue of car getting stuck in a mud. Farm to market day. Okay. But assuming that is panelists' argument, before you tell us farm to market road in 100 days, tell us what is your statistics about the farm in Liberia? What is the statistic about the roads that went to some farm? What are they found in the various counties? Then Ambassador Boyka is now trying to engage the population. But the blank statement have been made from time immemorial. We're not going to go that direction anymore. No. Lastly, I would like to suggest the first 100 days for Joseph Boakai as a free gift.
You
If
providing counsel to the campaign?
yes, it's just a voluntary advice. They can choose to take it, but it's very expensive. First, your first 100 days, we first of all want to know what is in the coffer. Because when Joseph Boakai is talking about audit, my question now is he going to get his shadow government sitting somewhere while he audit Georgia? Or his people going to get mingle into the system, appoint all his minister at the same time want order this guy? That's another question the UP would need to really answer. And secondly, the issue of assets recovery. That should be done in 100 days. Those are short-term program. It can be done. All right? A lot of money going out of that country. Tell we need to get all mail back in our first 100 days to help our security system. Security is broken. Security in Liberia is a long-term thing. All mail got to come back.
All right, guys, let's keep it short so that everybody can spin around this.
And lastly,
another
in the
one.
first 100 days, organize your kitchen cabinet and let it be sitting down somewhere working while we send for John Molu, the first auditor, to come and audit this government. I rest my case.
Okay. Let me take a deep breath. The liberal. Let me just make you understand here. That's your area. That's your expertise. 100 days. Is that realistic? I know you are fair and honest guy.
Thank you, Mr. So. Before I take on some of the questions that I've written down here from the caller, I just want to say straight out to Mr. Mali, thank you very much. We don't want your advice. We don't want your free gift. Keep it to yourself. We're doing just right fine. Thank you very much.
This guy is so ridiculous. How did man giving his good advice and then you just
let me go on. A few caller, one of the caller here was saying that we were not ride train back in the day. Y'all want all the ride train again? VV didn't be roll I call it rehab roll that George we are building. You see, when we come to these kinds of political engagement, bring these type of point out, they are so challenged, I would say, my opinion, that those that bring these kinds of point up, they're also educated. They're highly educated, but then because they are caring, they have nothing to offer. So instead of talking about what they're currently going to do, and the fact that the candidate themselves have nothing to offer, and those who are supporting him are so frustrated with that fact that the candidate have nothing to offer, they then try to fight for the candidate by going gutter. There was an incident here way back. I'm not too sure if any of you will remember that. There was a boxing match that was supposed to be happening between Joe Fraser's son and Larry Holmes. Back in the days, I think it was either 84 or 85. And Joe Fraser was then the manager for the son, and he got in the ring, and the kid could not look Larry Holmes in the face, in his eyes. And Joe Fraser pushed the kid aside and decided to look in, even though he wasn't the one that was going to be boxing, but he decided to look Larry Holmes in the face. So it's the same thing here. These people come out. The fact that Honorable Ambassador Boakai is doing so much good in terms of people understanding of what it is he wants to do. People go out, the surrogate go out and explain to people effectively. And the other people they got nothing. They got nothing. So what do they do? Instead of saying, this is what we're going to do, they even try to go into what the vice president might do in 100 days and what just that little petty stuff. Mr. So, I say this here to you. We're all from the same country. Every one of us on this platform, and even beyond, even the people that are calling in, every one of us, we want to see Liberia move forward, except The way to go about it is what different. The way to go about it is what we're bickering about, I would say. So I will not fault anybody that will come out here and want Liberia to fly to the moon tomorrow, because that's something good. But here's what I'm going to say, including my own person that I admire. They have to understand, political leaders in Liberia have to understand that you cannot move a country forward if you do not have people with credibilities, if you do not have people who love the country. You can't come, and this is it's not a dig to coming, but I will just make the comment, and then I'll let other panelists take control. When he came in and made that statement, I do not intend to go underneath anybody. I'm just paraphrasing, I'm not quoting. From that position, many Liberians felt within himself, this is not somebody that will want to work with anyone else. And Mr. So, this is what we have, and that's the result. I would say it's been a wonderful, wonderful show. I enjoyed myself tonight. And lastly, I don't know if we'll be able to have opportunity to do a closing. If not, I can do my closing now.
No. Motion denied. Thank you so much for that. That's how overtraining can start. You're feeling with your own now. You don't hear from a friend. You want to do your closing, then good night. Motion denied. Okay, Koto. Your mic is muted. You listen to a lot of your callers there, quick.
Yeah, and I'm so glad that these people will come out, and make their views heard. And where, we need to make clarity, we make those, clarity in this era. And one of the areas that I would want to make clarity on, that they always saying, Baka was sitting there and now Joe Wiakin and face a road in front of the house. That road has purchased I started already, and they were carrying the road project on up to the creek that was almost near Joe's Barker's house. Even I don't think it was a 1 mile distance to get at Joe's Barker's house. So it didn't make sense that they jump over the work that they were doing and kind of just face the VP's place and forget about the other side. So I don't know. And some of them do not even know how that road project commenced, and how it went. It was under construction, even up to the bridge, because I used to take that road most of the time to take the shortcut to go through red light and get to Bannersville. So that road project was ongoing. It was just like, I think, 3 miles to complete that road. Now you complete 3 miles and you have done the whole wall. So some of them do not know how that road project, works. So that's why I want to make clarity on that. The VP was not just sitting there that he wanted that road to not be completed, but the road was ongoing. That's why. Okay. So another thing is that VP stays in government, under L government, and he didn't fix the road. They know that the road projects were all ongoing. And they know at the speed at which the people were working, it's that you cannot even compare the level at which George Weah is working. These people were there negotiating, bringing company, soliciting funds to get this job where the road completed. But here we are. I have not seen George Weah one road project that he initiated. Not one I have seen. And let them prove me wrong if I'm lying.
When you say, I don't understand that. Can you repeat yourself? You don't see what?
One road that he initiated, that this president, George Weah, initiated, raised the fund for the road, created it, raised the project and initiated and
finished something outside of the system that was earmarked by previous government. Is that what you're saying? Something
That's what
new?
I'm saying, yes.
But don't you think it also was a wise decision where the government started because there's a continuity to continue with
Which
this
I
program?
agree. I am saying I agree.
So in the interest of fairness, so he could have changed that policy. We will come back here and lambasting as well.
No,
So
I am saying it is good that he continued the project, but did he initiate new one to continue other new one? So you just finish what the person doing, and then that's done. You don't initiate new ones. That's what I'm saying. But and they're just not even giving glory to the person that initiated it. All they know is George Weah that is undertaking the project. But indeed, George Weah have not initiated one. It is just the continuation, which I appreciate because government is continuing.
Supposedly, all of these things were EMI. We saw even the Samuel Kanyando's post complex. That was not the idea of Samuel Doe. That was Warren Aratabot government idea. At the end of the day, who makes that project to come to reality to have that stadium erected? It was Samuel Kanyando. Who the credit goes to? Most often, we hear a little about Warren Aratabot. Is Samuel Doe. So what happened if George Weah or the CDC have abandoned those stuff here? Will we come here and
that's not even the direction I'm going, Mr. So you're getting me wrong. But I'm saying I'm not even denouncing that it was.
So you have 20 years. But I want us to be fair. I want us to be fair in this kind of conversation because these are very painful conversation because not just only the Unity Party, all of these governments, people that have been there, we've been seeing this thing happening over and over and over. Road thing in modern society, these people visited Ivory Coast. It's so how the country gaining those places are connected because when you have good road network, the country is able to feed yourself. The reason Soviet Union today collapsed is part of that because if you can't feed yourself, why could allow it? Because there's no way you can't tell people go make fun. They make fun. What they do? They're going to put a cassava or plenty on their hair and bring it to Monrovia or take it to commercial city. No, they had 12 years too. Why much wasn't done in terms of having some of these things?
And that's why I'm saying disagreeing with you. You said 12 years. All that the road they initiated. It's what they're completing now. The Banner's Road, the Corwell Road, that red light road, those were all initiated by the LLA government.
I want to hear completion.
But it was ongoing until her turn over. She can say, I got to complain it before I leave. They were ongoing. Those were projects that was ongoing. I don't know. You did not go and see this project. I was there. I saw it was initiated and it was ongoing. That they came in.
My glasses were dark.
Oh, but that's why I'm making the clarity on. What they call that road that we are left on, that road was at almost a completion. It was at the creek where the motorbike guys used to wash there. They were facing that beach because before they complete the road, they have to construct the bridge and commence with the road project. There where that road project was until the Ellen government left power. So automatically, if the person come and complain, which I commend him, I have never said.
Well, let's say that because if you initiate something, that not necessarily perfect it into action for it to happen. But anyway,
I'm not saying it initiated and wasn't done. I am telling you that road was it had passed. It left from the red light side and came all the way. It was only like 1 mile and plus. If I'm not mistaken, because I might not know how to, calculate miles from kilogram or how to kilometer, rather how to do it. But that was how it was. It was not even 3 miles. I'm saying it wasn't 3 miles of completion.
Amos George, you heard the liberal progressive, and a lot came on your guard. I'm not sure how you're going to respond to this. We are about to go home. And Mally Jones, did he add insult to injury or he was very peaceful in this 1 year? But let me just bring you in here. Amos George.
Yeah, I was listening to something too, and let me just disabuse him. And he's not being honest. But he all talk about being honest. He said that it's that time that Mr. Comey going to engage people in the Southeast. Mr. Toe, right after the election, Mr. Comey was the only presidential candidate that took a tour of the entire country. And besides that, he had gone back there from coming from Maryland, he was attacked right in Zedru, engaging the people, and continue to engage the people. So how can you come here to say 4 months election, that when he want to give chicken soup and thing to people? Then we're not being honest.
What is it, chicken soup?
Yeah, chicken soup and salt to people for election. We're not being honest. And the records are there. So why would you come up to make that kind of assertion? This is why you United Party people engaging. The records are there, you can speak for yourself. This is not Mr. First time going up there. Your candidate, Joseph Boakai, had not gone beyond Nima County since the 2017 election. And you want to come talk about Mr. Comey had not done that before when the record can speak for itself? I'm surprised at you to come and make that kind of assertion. But anyway, the party people.
One second. Liberal, is that true?
No,
hold on. I'll just, Liberal, let's do the Sherman Brown test. Yes or no? Is that true?
Mr. So, do I look like somebody that will go with yes and no question? I just told him, man, what I wanted to say. Mr. So, do you want me to respond to him now, or you want to? I don't want to take his time.
Okay, let's leave it there. He pleaded fifth already. Amos George, go ahead.
I did not. I did not plead no fifth. But what I'm saying here that look, okay, Mr. George, I don't want to interrupt.
Hold on, chill out. Papa George, go ahead. We are already out of time.
Yeah, and to come and say that he had never done that, I'm surprised. But again, that's a unity, folks. Second, the loan issue. The records are there. Mr. Comey had organized loan training for women in Liberia and giving loan to them. Marketeers, the records are there. And when he spoke about this thing, he said, we're going to do the Liberianization. This is what we'll do, give this people loan. He spoke about audit, Mr. Mallet, and he has always spoken about audit. Today, again, he spoke about audit. Now, we want to audit, but we're not going to wish hunt people because we want to know what we're meeting and what they're living. We spoke about that. And on the issue, then Mr. Talking back again, the kind of people, Comey has said, he doesn't want to be there. Come on. I don't have some justice system in Liberia. And the law says, until you are proven guilty, I cannot just come and assume that you did this with no record. Mr. Comey said that he wants to be president. Is that a crime? And he will not go as VP to anybody. Is that a crime? Who did you know that asked Mr. Comey to be his running mate? Mr. Comey asked the VP Boakai. He made a proposal to him. Boakai never responded. Anyway, it's your saying, you said that Mr. Comey should have gone to beg Boakai to be vice president. We had the same conversation here today. And I said that would be an insult to Mr. Comey. If Boakai would not come to be a running mate, Boakai should have gone to ask him. But Mr. Comey should not go to ask Boakai to be a running mate. I said that would be an insult to him. And you come back and stay tonight to play that United Party thing, United Party scheme. No, don't do it. So let me say this to you. And you may mention, you said the candidates. Some people don't know what to say. They are able to lack of words, and the candidate may be not qualified. And I want to ask you, because the gentleman you referred to, he supports Mr. Comey. Is that Mr. Comey you're making reference that the candidate is not qualified?
I never use the word qualify.
Mr. So can play the tape right back if you want it. It's there.
I said they have nothing to offer.
Okay. I agree. So Mr. Comey has nothing to offer? Huh?
Do you expect
you don't want to know, but I'm just because those are your own words I put them back to you. We can't come to the platform and one minute say, oh, Mr. Comey is qualified. Then the next one, when you disagree with someone his supporter, you say, oh, they got nothing to offer. Then who are you now? Where you stand on this issue? So we have to be very careful how we describe other people's candidates because we jot down some of these points. And I will not sit there to talk for you to talk to somebody that I support. If it is true, okay. But if it's not true, I will push back. And that's what I'm doing tonight because I jotted down here. That's what you said. So I just want to make it clear. You may not let Mr. Comey. It is your right to vote against him. But you don't say things to disparage him. Then on the other hand, say, oh, he's competent. So on the issue of vice president, the vice president is on tape. I posted a text in the chat room. He said, is that how the government going to be run that Before he appoint any minister, the minister will have to go and live with the people for 6 months. How the government going to run? So if you want to maybe the minister of public, he got to go to local council or district to live that 6 months with the people to know what the needs are before he can come back to be minister. Is that how the government going to run on Joseph Boakai? Those are his own words. The tape that I posted in our chat room. Is that how the government going to run Liberia? So during the 6 months, who are those to be in charge of the government? Let me just close on this. The vice president post is not a domain post. The Constitution prescribes the function of the vice president. So he is to assist the president on the day-to-day running of the country. The Constitution is very clear on that. VP Boakai have said, he's on tape again, if you want to tell, I can forward to you people, that 75 to 80% of the advice he gave to Mrs. Salif, she listened to him, and he was a partner to her. So I want to see Joseph Boakai now to put a distance between he and Ellen Johnson Sirleaf that he said he was a partner, he was not given opportunity. Let me rest it.
This is the Liberia Public
Mr. Soul, if I may, please.
Hold on 1 second. I am in charge. This is LPR, All Things Considered. We'll be right back. It's 9:52 Eastern Standard Time. We are about to wrap out, and you are making your final. Folks, you're listening to these people. This is how the politics in Liberia has been played out. This is how each and every sons and daughter protect his or own alligator. Now you're seeing everybody taking a definitive positions, fighting to struggle going in. Defense Council. Mali here, he said he's neutral. I don't know where he stands, but
no, he leaned towards my side, man.
Oh, okay. All right, let me bring in it. What's your problem?
I think first of all, the board gonna have to meet tonight and truly examine your operational here tonight, the way you're treating the liberal. I think the board gonna have to meet. And I'm not too sure if we're going to do the.
You just start crying, baby, cry here. There are also adults here. You had your time, you spoke. The young man responding. You are making your.
So let me make this here. Let me on a very serious. On a very serious note, let me say this here.
Mm-hmm.
I've been on this platform here, and I coming someone who believe. That Comey, I've never wavered in that. That Comey is one of the most experienced, not experienced, but the most good leader in this race. I think I made a point earlier. For Mr. George to come out here and accuse me of disparaging Mr. Comey, that is unfortunate as well. Because I have not done such thing.
Your voice.
Hold on. Hello. We're not going to be like other network. We're going to use that's a closing statement. I don't want to say argument because other people, we don't know. The argument is the beginning of another conversation. So we just closing this chapter. Yeah, the liberal, go ahead. Let's work within the confines of the time.
So I've been on this platform. I'm always going to be truthful. When Cummings, when Ambassador Boakai failed to recognize what was happening with Comey, I came out here many nights and stated it fairly. And that's exactly what I'm saying. When I said, when these people come to defend, because their political leader have nothing to offer, as a result, they attack people on things that perhaps have nothing to do with the political conversation. I stand by that. I stand by that. It could be any political leader.
But I asked you,
Mr. Right, may I finish my point? Because I don't want to engage you on this. You know where I stand when it comes to Comey. I have nothing but admiration for Comey. I don't. The fact that as far as I'm concerned, what I've stated before, and I will continue to say, Comey has no connection with Liberians. I told you, Comey himself told us that. I've been saying it over and over. And because of that, I don't think at this time that Comey will be chosen as president of the Republic of Liberia. But I'm not even going to defend that. The only thing I'm going to say, Mr. George, is that there's no way. I have had a lot of respect for Comey. The one or two times that we met, I have a lot of respect for him. He engaged positively. There's no way that I'm going to be able to disparage Comey and his character. So far from it. Let me make my closing. My closing here is this. The board is gonna meet tonight, and we're gonna examine this particular show, especially the last 5 minutes of this show and your behavior towards me. And finally, tomorrow's show on LPR Sam Central, I will be talking about a serious issue that is affecting Liberia. There's a bridge over there, St. John Bridge over there in Buchanan. There's a serious problem that is happening with it. And if that bridge go down, there will be lots of issues. The prices of food in the southeast will be terrible. And the people in Buchanan or those who use that bridge every day will be terrible because they can't go through Grand Gita now because the road is bad. So I will be talking about that bridge and the bearing that the minister said it bust. No bearing can bust, but bearing can crack. Okay, but I will show you all of that, and tomorrow is going to be a very interesting one, Mr. So. And I want to thank you for the show tonight. The liberal is here. I'm not taking backseat to you and the central right. I'm here as a counterweight, and I will always be here as a counterweight. You two can join together. I'm not too sure Mali is where you guys now, but this liberal is going nowhere. All of the audience that are going against me tonight, and you're beating on the wrong guy. Your best bet as an audience of the LPR, you tend to listen to this liberal, and I will always give you a good statement coming from me, truthful as well. Thank you very much, and good night, Mr. Soul.
You still need to finalize any other thing?
Mr. Soul.
The message good night. What do you want again? How you want to say about good night?
Maybe there's something you left back. Okay. Koto, your final statement.
I let us say it was a nice show. You know, it's always good for us to have our ideas shared. And it is good that for some of our friends and brothers and sisters are out there saying that George Weah should continue the role instead of initiating new ones. You know, and I approve it. You people are the same people that say any government they didn't do anything. So I don't know which one you continue and they didn't start anything. But again, I want to say, you know, I appreciate President Weah for continuing it. I'm not disagreeing with him, but you guys saying they didn't do anything. So why continue something that they didn't do? If it were not started, then it shouldn't be in there. So we want to, you know, continue supporting our candidate, Umar Boakai, because for me, I believe in him. I'm not Unity Party partisan, but I have some belief or some trust in Ambassador Boakai. And I hear most of you saying he been in power 12 years, 15 years, 30 years, and the numbers keep increasing every day. But I haven't had anybody coming with a corrupt allegation against him. We see Musa Bilete that have been from Dota and Ellington, and this time we see all of the corrupt allegation rolling behind him. Okay, but not one to come out. And I see my brother Joyce saying he has the 72nd on his command. The thing about it is sometimes you have the various projects that they have on hand. So whatever phone came at the time, a lot of those projects were implemented. So it's not something that he would divert it. And if you get any reason or you get any truth about him diverting any fund that came for the group of 72nd, I would like to see them. But until then, I have never seen that a phone was mismanaged or misdirected on the 72nd.
Okay, guys, we
So
have to.
I think VP Barker is the best candidate, and you join me. Let's support VP Barker to be the next president of Liberia. We will have somebody trusted, and I still believe that he can take Liberia from where it is to a better, state.
Thank you so much. Amos George, and then I'll come
just
to
say this.
my
Let me say this. We come here, it's gonna get choppy, but that's the nature of it. So let me say this. You can't have it both ways, Unity Party people. One moment you say you were just sitting down there, the other moment you say, oh, we did this.
I'm not Unity Party, I'm member of Liberty Party USA.
You deserted your home and you're seeking refuge. Let a man make his point.
So Joseph Boakai had not claimed onto the 12. Ellen Johnson, he running away from it.
He
then
never
when you come and say, oh, he worked this place. The group of 72nd was directly on Joseph Boakai. 12 years. As you said, a form of outlook were there. But what you call creativeness, how you improve life. St. Tower Bay up in 1979 were open. No one black had been added to that thing. Government can, government go. And they are rescue men. That institution was under a command for 12 years. Now one room was added to it. One room was not added to that building. Okay, I give it to you, he's not corrupt. But what is the other report from that 12 from the group of 72nd?
When I want you to bring that.
Hold on.
You bring it.
Hold on. No, hold on.
Guys.
Hold on. You were talking, I didn't say anything. Mr. Clean, you're calling him clean. What is the other report from that 12 at the group of 72nd under his watch? He's supposed to give it to us. If it's in the public account, tell us, go and look for it. So you don't come and just tell them that we are not, our eyes are not open to. You manage something for 12 or on your direct supervision. Give us a report of your tenure. Say, look, my people, 85,000 or 8,700 hours coming every year. This is why how the money was dispersed. Because we did not see any improvement in that building, and it's there today. So let's just put that one side, another tapata there. Let's put that one side. So the point is, some who want to go like that, that's Mr. Clean. I know Mr. Clean got Mr. Belede on his side. But what about the convicted minister Joseph Brownie Samoka? Who is with him? He had been convicted in the court of company jurisdiction in Liberia.
Oh my God.
With Joseph Walker. Musa Belede is an allegation.
Convicted. He was suspended.
My sister, that's not conviction. That's not conviction.
Okay.
FIFA has no court.
Hello. Bless.
FIFA has no court. You say
he's still stealing. He's still stealing.
You say I will not. Don't interrupt me. You were trying to say anything. You said for October time, and I'm quoting what the law says. In Liberia, you said Musa Belede is corrupt, fine, but Musa Belede had not gone to court to find him guilty. So what you see there is the mere allegation. But Brownie Samoka had gone to court and has found guilty person, granted a clemency, and he's in the closet of Joseph Boakai.
He was found guilty during Ellen. That's how he been paid.
No. He was not found guilty.
All right, folks.
He did not go to the court system. Public opinion is different from that of going to court. Brownie Samoka went to the court system. He was found guilty. He ran away, went to free time. President, we got to grant him clemency, and he's in the closet of Joseph Boakai. Why can't you speak to that?
All right, guys, let's leave it there. Mala Jones. Airplane can blow horn.
Now, Musa Belede is still doing his own.
Brownie Samoka is a convicted criminal. He hanging where your
Brownie Samoka is not doing it. Musa Belede is still doing it.
Brownie Samoka is a convicted
chairman
criminal
of your party.
Hello. Amos George, God, please, let's do it. It's Malitan to make his point. Listen, that's why you guys are good at it. You always defend and protect these alligators that are going to come and eat our hairs up, and then at the end of the day, you come back to stealing what I know now. So, Mali Jones,
he paid the money after 5 years after this time. He paid. Yeah, he last said he paid.
Go to the court. You have remedial court.
And now when they close the place, the money go open it again.
It's open. It's open.
He in bed with them.
But I'm telling you, Musa Belede, Brownie Samoka is a convicted criminal.
Mr. George, Brother, please, I'll give it that. It's my turn to speak.
Okay, good night.
Let's be.
Good
No,
night.
you can't tell
Guys,
good
good
night.
night.
No,
No,
listen.
say,
You
say,
can't tell
say,
good
yeah,
night.
you have energy to talk about Joseph Parker. You got to
You
stay.
listen. You can listen to my
Stay
too.
right here.
Mr. Joe, go ahead.
Much energy. Stay here. Yeah, how you want to labor? Y'all stay. Two of you stay right here. We'll close it together.
Mr. Moderator.
This is. I don't think we should be doing this, guys.
Mr. Moderator, I think you will have to take responsibility for the chaotic trend of the platform right now, because it's like the platform is getting to be poisoned now by this partisan activism and all the kind of thing. And I
No,
don't think
I don't want to lie happening here. No way. So,
But
again,
however,
we'll
yeah,
fix it.
however,
We'll continue.
I'm still sticking to my gun, the 100 days deliverables. Gone are the days when the
Oh, he's
politician
not pressing yet. Modest.
gone are the days when the politician be coming to us. Oh, 100 days, we'll cook all the rest for everybody in Liberia. This time we're going to evaluate some of the utterances now. Yes. But on a very serious note, we know some things can happen in 100 days. There's something called short-term and long-term projects. And there are something it's just practically impossible for 100 days. We are not saying it can't happen, but it's just practically impossible. Okay. But my main concern here is no politician from ANC down to Joseph Boakai had not been able to answer the question, how? We will audit how? The 100-day farm to market rule, how? They have not been able to answer the question, how? And probably this is where maybe our net platform will really take the trend now. Because the how, loan is coming, how, payment, and all the kind of thing, all right? The 100-day rogues, how? So maybe the next time we meet, we'll try to really look into some of those directions, because I'm a bit concerned how these things will happen. Because there are a lot of issues in Liberia right now. For instance, no incoming government can sail smoothly right now in Liberia in the absence of a consolidated security. No government can come in right now, be a Kumi, be a Joseph Boakai, and just start running with the government now in the absence of stable and dependable security. That's why I was even saying when Joawea came in, I don't know why Ome couldn't have stayed. I don't know why. But the issue of security should be first 100-day priority. How are you going to protect the citizen life? People are dying in that country. Thank you.
What a great, fascinating conversation. Sadly, as usual, these pundits, these analysts who took side, who choose to make a political pitch, from time to time, they are always dishonest and try to defend their own alligator in whatever way they can, of which some of them abandon their own political institution, unable to fix the chaotic situation, and they have been successful to cross over to other political party and doing the same. I guess some of them are on this network, and it always sounds ridiculous as it is. Guys, I want to thank you so much. And what you didn't say, and what you people fail to confess, I'm a little bit concerned here with what Cummins is also saying with this loan here. Is it a reincarnations of Helen Johnson, Mel Jones loaning out money over $260 yet to $260,000 yet to be accounted for? Nobody is paying it. Nobody is saying it. Is that a sort of motor? On the other hand, Joseph Boakai and the United Party folks, you have over 100-year-old bridge that you making reference to now. You liberal progressive, that bridge has been dead. Nothing was done. Yes, you rehabilitated the Mangibi Highway, and you guys are not taking heed that the CDC right now is heavily spending in your own backyard in Lofa County with roads, Nimba County. Visual does resonate with
money.
people. Well, whatever it is, you were also in charge of money. We don't know exactly what you did. Well, but guys, always a great conversation as usual. Thank you so much, Amos George from the far right, the liberal progressive from California, and yet to establish his political identity. But he
Liberty
always
Party USA. Liberty Party USA.
your sister Yombi Kanga is here. Why are you not even meeting her?
But Yami
Right,
Kanga is not a political leader.
The place. What make you think that she's not a political leader? She's a standard bearer, a Liberty Party.
No. She's
What would you say to your standard bearer?
no, upon a correction, she disputed. She's a disputed political leader.
Oh well, she's still a political leader. Whether you're disputed or not, we say she's
Well,
a
it
political leader.
remind me about this book here, Liberty Hijack. This is where they come from with all of this conflict here. But guys, thank you so much. Have a great evening. And Liberal will be watching out tomorrow.
Thank you.
It look like you're going to be the Minister of Public Works when Boaka is elected, or what?
Oh yeah.
Moderator, I just wanted to remind the Liberal. You see that bridge you talk about? That could be a 500-day deliverable for Joseph Boakai. Thank you.
So you man say we saw you down there, but my brother, we saw you there.
We don't even need advice anyway.
Wait now. It said Joseph back in Moreover, or he filed out of the country.
Don't start talking.
Don't worry about it. Just watch and see.
All right. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, guys. Okay, guys. Thank you so much. And have a pleasure. Bye-bye. Okay.
Oh my God.
Oh, what's that? All right. Well, folks, that does it. This is what we do here. To all our viewers, listeners, we want to thank you so much. If this is the first time here, this is Liberal Public Radio. Sometimes we have this sort of consequential, it goes better, but notwithstanding, right after that, we neutralize it. And that's how the conversation is supposed to be. I hope the ANC folks, the Unity Party folks, even the CDC, I really want to have a conversation with those people that are really looking for the job, because some of the questions now, yes, I was privileged to have Mr. Cummings here. He was expiring. Now he is a candidate. It is quite different. When you are a candidate, there's a specific style of questions that you need to ask, because you can't go in there when you are expiring. That's why he is. And I hope Ambassador Boykana, too, who is a candidate, they will make themselves available. And not just necessarily to all that they found themselves pleasing or favorable or pivot in their direction to have these conversations. They are not running to be president of ANC. They are not running to be president of Unity Party. They are running to be the president of the Republic of Liberia. And that is very crucial. We need to have that. Well, join me Friday and then Saturday is a special one. So the Liberian War Today. It's a special program in collaboration with Sky FM TV 107.1 in the West African state of the Republic of Liberia, where we hold politicians, architects, technocrats, authors, advocates, even journalists, and ordinary Liberians accountable. Join me in collaboration with Julius Buki, aka Uncle Julius, at 12 Eastern Standard Time. This Saturday, one of the aspirants for District Number 10, Josephine Davis of the Congress for Democratic Change, has consented to our invite and will be my guest right here this Saturday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in an exclusive, her decision, her vision for District Number 10, and how she intends to wage a campaign to succeed. A guy who they think is a controversial guy, Yeke Kaluba. Madam Josephine Davis is a former Inspector General of the Ministry of Commerce, Republic of Liberia, will be my special guest this Saturday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I want to thank you so much for your time this evening. If this is the first time, we say thank you so much. Always be here. Our cash app is our number 682-433-8802. If you have your business at home, at abroad, whatever, no matter where it is, you can also advertise with us. Don't just give us money free. Whatever you have, we can do, let us know, and we can do it. Until then, we say thank you so much. Your comments, your tweets, your interactions with your peers, expressing different political views and arguing your point. to be persuasive. And that's what politics is all about. You must be appealing, you must be persuasive. Let's be tolerant in our conversations. Let's listen to one another. If it is not applicable now, it could be potentially in the long run. And it is good for us to have these national conversations at a different political level. I want to thank you so much. Your comments, your tweet interaction help us to enhance our capacities of quality broadcasting. This is Liberia Public Radio. I am your host, your Angot, Alfonso Zienso. Good night and have a pleasant evening. Let's join the Libra tomorrow. And Friday, I'm going to be back here. And then Saturday, going to be the big one. The road to Capitol Hill, where 73 seats at stake. One of the aspirants, Josephine Davis of the Congress for Democratic Change, will be my guest right here at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Until then, have a pleasant night. Bye-bye.
Holidays only for the bosses. Yeah, there's a better days, money in your pockets. Oh, it's the holidays only for the bosses, the bosses, the bosses. They don't really care about you. They don't care, my people, it's true. They don't want to see you break through. The whole country's getting confused.